Good morning, retail traders. This is Washboardjim with a sneaky snake trading strategy, and I'm going to go over this Cummins watch list and show you a couple of entities and tell you which way I think we're heading. So this is, like I said, the sneaky snake trading strategy, and there's a few videos I did this weekend if you want to go over and kind of get a couple of learning tips on how to look for patterns. SPY alone had many different trades that could have been made on the SPY, or it could have been one big trade for the day, or you could have been out of here first thing in the morning. But let's go ahead and pull up the 5-day or the 20-day, 1 hour. We had an uptick. We did have a good sell-off at one time. It created a head and shoulders down here, and then we bounced off that head and shoulders. What do you mean head and shoulders? There's a shoulder line here and a shoulder line there. So there's your head and shoulders. And then she bounced right off of it. Came down. You can more or less start, you can see the little pullback right there and the pullback right there. And then we had the pullback right here. It broke out, created a neckline, then came back and retested, which created that shoulder line. You have the resistance there, and we bounced right up. So that was pretty entertaining. And that was on Thursday. And then Friday was just kind of a sideways channel, and we traded it all week. So are we going to come back up? I'm going to show you something here on the weekly. If I clean this. This is a bullish harmonic candle, and we had 3 black crows. So our goal on the SPY is to try to break resistance levels. And we're going to use this here time frame. Let's clean this up if I can. So we've got the 21 EMA and we've got the 9 EMA. Last week I called the 3 black crows. I said we're going to have a good week. Expect to stay above this 21 EMA, and that's exactly what we did. We came back and retested it one time, and then boom. So we busted past that 9. Now I'm going to show you how to look for the next resistances with these weekly candlesticks. You take the body of this here candle, and that's the resistance that you got to break, that 510.95 area. And then your next resistance will be the body of that first crow. Each one of these are a crow, a weekly crow. So long 515. That's probably going to be your hard resistance. And we've got the 9 to hold, and that's just at 507. So, I mean, if that 9 doesn't hold, we can pull back some more and try to find another support, holding the 497.87. Now, I think this is going to be a little bear rally, and then probably nothing much out of it, and then keep a lower high and then come back down one more time. But that's just my opinion. So this week we got to try to see if we can bring it to the top of 515.24 and keep the 21 still in sight. But this is a bullish harmony, and it is set to go to the upside. That's a SPY. We'll go down the list here, volume highs. We have Tesla. Let's pull this up to the 20-day, 1 hour. We had a real good sell-off. Earnings came out and surprised a lot of them fat cats. They've been bashing this stock hard. I mean, real hard. And I was bearish on it. If you go back and watch my last video I did on this off earnings, I said no. I said we're gonna pull back. No, I got this wrong. This was the earnings before. So let me see here. Go back 90 days. 3 months ago. This earnings. So I just talked about what the earnings was, and they didn't have a good guidance. I expected it to pull back and give the bears a little bit of gift, and we nailed that support level on Tesla. So right now, we need to consolidate I mean, it's great news that he's wanting to come out with this $25,000 car, which again, the fat cats denied and put a rumor out, said that he wasn't going to do that. And they were bashing him about this autopilot thing, auto taxi. I mean, I don't know. Well, he promised it in such and such date, and we ain't got it yet, so that's a failure. When you're in business, things don't go always as planned. There are circumstances that can get in the way, like COVID, like wars, like the debt, like high interest rates. So yeah, I mean, there's many reasons that could put a firewall on your idea. So Tesla, if I was to trade Tesla this week, I would see if it holds this support right here at 163.24. If we hold that, this channel of support, 158.88 to 163.24, I think we'll have a good chance of holding this support and probably around 160 and running it back up. Right now, this is a bull flag. So we come down one more time maybe, and then go ahead and try to break that flag. So I'm starting to get a little bullish. Google. Bam. Was people surprised with Google last week? So I loaded the room on how to trade Google on a spike. And all you do is put that Fibby on there and then wait for that 50% pullback and then scalp that trade. So yeah, we get 50, we can come back down to the 38 here at 165.97, or we break the 200 and run back up to a double top. Now this is Google. Great news. I've been pumping Google. Look at it this way. The other A stocks, excuse me. The AI stocks ran up too damn high. 4, 5, 6, 700%. Irrational exuberance, and a lot of them pulled back big time. SMCI run up to $2,000. I mean, hello. So these, I mean, not that one, but Mr. ran up to 200. I mean, just all these stocks just ran up way too high. And we're in an irrational exuberance spot right now, and we got to still consolidate. We're way overbought still. But they took that money out of AI, which run up 400 or 500%, and they're going to put it in Google and Amazon. So those two you got to be watching real close. I'd see if it wanted to pull back to 165 and hold 166, and then try to play this channel. NVIDIA, another great one we called out. Snake breakout pullback boom last week. This was a beautiful trade. Made a lot of money on this. And it nailed the resistance. God, I'm getting good at this. You see the resistance here on the 20-day? Right there? That's called a double top. So got it out of the trade. But this is NVIDIA. This hard sell-off, man, this is a beautiful trade last week. I mean, even this one, snake breakout, pullback, boom. Snake breakout, pullback, boom. I mean, this is my number one trade right now. And I told Kramer at the end of the year, I said, you're going to get your 650. A week later, we were on the way. Apple. So on NVIDIA, I'll see if we can get it to pull back to the 200 on the 1 hour and hold that, and it'll still stay bullish. That's the 200 SMA. We're going to keep that as support for right now. Apple, again, you know, Jimmy talked about the snake with Apple. Said we were at a solid support here. If you go back and watch last week's video, nailed it. So what we had here, we had a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and where I'm expecting Apple to get back up here to this higher level at a triple top. right around 175, maybe this week or next week. But Apple's had a good sell-off now. It's still in trouble. It always has been. It's never been a real good one to me. So we'll see about Apple. I really like Apple right now. I called this bottom out down here. You see what happened. Now we're kind of wanting to get into this channel of resistance. 170, 175, 173.58. Now on the 5-day, 5-minute, we've got a solid support at a triple bottom, 1 2 bits and a freebie, right around 16, little above 168. Set you an alert. Let me see here. I might adjust this in a second. I'm going to adjust it. I'm going to adjust it up to these here. Right there. So set an alert at 168.73, 75. See if it holds that. If not, we'll touch this triple bottom and run it back up. Or it breaks the 200 on the 5-minute time frame, the 200 SMA. I spoke about Amazon last week. I said we were at a good spot for a reversal in the room. We have an inverse head and shoulders, and boom, to a double top. And then she respected the 200 on the 5-minute, and then bam, triple top. So right now the 200 will squeeze it. If we go below the 200, we could come back down here and find a yin-yang right around 176.77 for support to hold. And if that don't hold, we'll go on down to this lower level, create a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders at 174.58. The QQQ, another great trade last week. There's a lot of good trades last week. We had a good run on this one. She pulled back to this previous resistance, which was a triple top, bounced off the triple top, created a triple bottom. Boom. I don't see the triple bottom. Bad, baby. 1, 2, 3. Come back up and retested it, and then boom for the rest of the day. This is a great trade. Let me show you. Let me show you how easy. I think I can take this to the 1 minute. Well, that ain't what I want. So I get a knock on the door. Jim, man, I'm stuck in this QQQ. You made a great call, and I just held it. Man, it tanked on me. I don't know what to do, Jim. I'm scared. Please help me. Okay. You know how to count to 3, right? Do you know how to count to 3? You can trade with me. So I'm going to get you out of this pain, buddy. Okay? Just relax. Just relax. So we got a snake here at open. We're looking for that 1, 2, 3 breakout. 1, 2, 3. Snake. Breakout. Pull back. Boom. Do you understand? We have a channel. The channel breaks out. They always pull, always. 99.9% of the time. Don't ever take the trade once it breaks. Give it a second. Give it some time. Give it a chill pill. Watch it pull back. And then you'll get another chance at a 1, 2, 3. Now you're real solid support right here off the top of this old resistance. So you got a 1, 2, 3 breakout. Pulls back. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Then we break the resistance level. And we're off to the races. 1, 2, 3, exit idea. Snake, breakout, pullback, boom, double top out. Snake, breakout, pullback, boom. Off the 200 SMA, holding support on that 1 minute. So yeah, this is a great trade last week. Starting off Monday. Jim, man, I'm stuck in this trade again. I'm worried about it. It went down on me, Jim. Don't worry, my friend. I'm here to rescue you. We got us a nice little wedge right down here at the bottom, and we broke out of the snake. So let's pull back. We got the crossover between the 9 EMA and the 21, or the 21 EMA, which is a bullish sentiment. Then the rest of the day, it respects that 9. So we got snake, breakout, pullback, boom. Or snake, breakout, pullback, boom. But yes, snake, we didn't take the trade yet. And then we pulled back. We noticed the 9 crossed the 21, and then all the moving averages crossed the 200, and we ran it up to the top of the day. So the next one, Meta. Man, look at that chart. Look at that chart. Beautiful trade last week. We called this one out off earnings. It had a huge knife. I screwed it up. I thought we were going to go up and break and hit this resistance and then pull back. But it didn't work out like that. She knifed. So I give it the 3-day rule. And then we had 3 black crows right out of here. And I called this trade out and we scalped it up. This is this is a great opportunity because it's been sold off so hard, and it's Meta. They got cash, they got everything. The market, look at, I'm telling you. I mean, I can beat it in somebody's head and they still won't believe me. I've been here too long to be fooled. We were at $88 a year and a half ago. Then we run all the way up to $531. I've never seen anything like it. It's irrational. This thing can run back down to $350 if it doesn't hold this 21. But right now on the weekly Meta, we're at the 21 and we got 3 black crows with a spinning top. I call this a rolling pin. So we're definitely at a support. If we can keep this 21, it'd be the best thing for Meta right now. And we're going to draw a little support line on it and see if we can hold that thing this week. And that's at 21. And we got to break that 44456. If we can do that, I think we can take this up this week to at least 465. We have 3 black crows. Does anybody know what that is? Three black crows is a bearish candlestick pattern, and I trade this beautifully. It's misunderstood. Okay? I think this is misunderstood, but it is an initial idea that we're in a reversal in a bear market. but every time I see three black crows, three black crows is a term used by the stock market analysts to describe the market downturn. It appears on a candlestick chart with the financial markets. It upholds across the three trading sessions and consists of three long candlesticks that trend downward in a staircase. When I see three black crows, I look for some kind of consolidation to this side and a bounce back up. I take this, I've seen it happen way too many times. 9 out of 10, when you get a sell-off like that, you're going to get a nice little bounce back up. And then maybe another correction on down. So we've got the three black crows right here. And the same thing, you know, Meta, we got to try to break that 465.87 and hold that 21. If not, you know, we could get back down here to the bottom part of that wick. Have a double bottom. Right there at 413.31. Or try to break the 60. Oh, what is this? The 63 EMA. Let's keep a good watch on Meta. You know, like I said, this market's way overbought, and I'm not going to get caught in this crap. I've been calling puts ever from the top, and I still am, but we got to hold this 21. If we don't, we double bottom, and if that doesn't hold, we could see this previous high, and that'll be a strong to go long at 381.31. Well, 381.31 is going to be a strong spot to get in this trade. Bank of America, we got a double, triple top, 1, 2, 3. Financials are good. This is a nice hammer right here. We could break out of this triple and try to find some resistance right around 39.43. If not, we'll pull back to the 9 and rebalance again and then come back up. That's Bank of America. IWM, we had a nice little three black crows on IWM. I called this out last week, took the trade. Beautiful trade. Pull up the 5-minute, 5-day. Here's Monday. Boom. Bull flag. Boom. Bull flag. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Got out of the trade. This, you know, this thing can come back down and find some balance, some equilibrium at 196. 196. If at 196 or 196.72 holds, could see that. But last week, you know what I called last week? I called the 21 EMA on the weekly. Kentucky Fried Chicken. I call it Wells Fargo Wagon. Not a good week for Wells Fargo Wagon. So we could get a rebound if we stay above the 200 this week on the 5-minute. Baba. There again, they were pumping China. Had a good week last week. They've been pumping China for a while. What happened here? Oh, there we go. They've been pumping China for a while. There you go. Nice little reversal to the upside. We got a huge little expansion pattern. I don't trust this run. Let it pull back some. Let it pull back some. If we get in at the 200 at 72, I think I'd go long in this again and run it up a couple days. At 72 bucks, Baba. The irrational exuberance, it has to come back down and then bounce back up and double top. They're pumping, again, China. They got to find somewhere to put this money. Now, I don't know if China is a great place to be putting money right now. Where's Bob at on here? What happened to it? Huh. I don't see it on there. There it is. TSM. Good week last week on TSM. It came back. We called out a head and shoulders on this baby, and she dropped down and bounced off this 126.74, which is definitely a double bottom. See it? Inverse head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, came back to the shoulder line, and boom, back to the head and shoulders resistance. That's where she's heading, if she breaks the 200. So, yeah, this is looking good. See if the 1 hour, see if that 21 holds. If not, you can come back down and hit the shoulder line again, and then retest to the upside. We'll eventually get back up here to 146. Boeing, still a nightmare on Elm Street. This stock sucks. I really pissed off at CNBC about this one. They're pumping it up at 120, 220. I say, you people nuts. We have a problem here. Door falls off in the middle of the air. Then we have a jet on fire, and then we have one losing its wheel, and it's what happens when you go woke. You go broke. And that's what Boeing has done. It went broke. Oh. Affirmative action. We're just going to hire anybody off the street of color and not care or gender. We don't care if they have any experience. So they got themselves in a pickle. Don't ever have the government try to tell you how to run your business. So I'm not trading Boeing. It's off my radar. I mean, we break the 200 on the 1 hour. You can scalp it, day trade it, but I'm not going to trade this piece of shit. SMCI, because I don't like the company. If I don't like something, I ain't going to trade it. I'm telling you, this thing's been going on for 5 years, and they still ain't got their shit together. Might even been longer than that, ever since that plane crash. They still don't have their stuff together. SMCI. We called the bottom out here on this one here, double bottom, and we ran up last week. Another good call in the room and on the last video if you go back and watch it. And I said we could break the 63 and the 200, and that's exactly what we did. SMCI nailed it. So now, resistance is 904.74, and support to hold right now, well, it's hard to say. I'm going to say 796.43. Triple top. Got a triple top, breakout, pullback, boom. See it? Resistance, 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 and then it found support, boom. So back up to 904.74 to try to break. If not, pull back and get under the 9 and bounce off the 63 EMA. And UAL, oh gosh, too big of a run. This thing going to come back down. Too big of a bounce off earnings. There's people traveling. But that might slow down a little bit. If the economy slows down, I think it'll pull back, but I don't know. Double top at 54.14 to retest, and support to hold at 52.26. If that doesn't hold, I think I'd short it to 50.83. Disney. I didn't check this out last week. I wish I'd have kept a closer eye on it. But I've been kind of bearish on this stock ever since the news came out and they got that all fixed. We did have a double bottom bounce come Tuesday at open. By that time it was already up. We had another knife here, so, you know, it could have been a trade. It could have been a trade. But I didn't pay no mind to it. Baidu, another good run. I was calling this out in the room. At 100, and then we dipped on down to 94 with a 1, 2, 3. So, I don't know. 102 has to break to bring it up to about 106, 108, 110. But I don't know if we're ready for that yet. But I'm going to say 101.74 is resistance to break. Morgan Stanley, huge pullback on before earnings, and then the bounce, and we're back up at resistance levels. So we have to break 94.16 and hold 92.23, or we land at $90, 91, and then take the trade. That's a good spot right there. Real good spot for support. And we got Netflix. Double bottom called out last week. We had inverse head and shoulders we called out, and then we had the double bottom, and now we're commencing on making it could almost be a falling wedge. Could be a falling wedge, or it could be a symmetrical flag. So if we keep in that area of support, between 547.92, that'll be at 123. And break the 63, or we find support here at 552.85, 548.25, or 552.85, and break the 63 and run it up to the 200 this week. Adobe, another one that I called out last week. We got back into the resistance box. If you go back and watch a couple videos, this was a support box, and it failed the support. So now we're back up in there. We got to break the 200. If not, we could hold this low at 453.42, the 200 break to the 491.85 Adobe. And Goldman Sachs had new highs. This thing's running. I think it's running a little bit too much. But the banks are making a killing right now with this government. I looked at one of my credit cards, 19%. And I said, what the? I went ahead and tore it up. And I called him up and I said, screw you. 19% on one of my credit cards. For a guy that has excellent credit. Never been late with a bill. So, yeah, they're making a killing right now. 419 is support to hold. And the sky's the limit on resistance. And we got Lily. We alerted, one of the guys in the room alerted Lily. If you can count to 4, you might make a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got to break the 200. I've got 746 more or less, and then the 200 breaks around 250, and we're off to the races to go higher. Now if they start talking about Lilly and the fat drug this week, you know why? Because they're at support. CNBC, and I got Lulu on here. I should have been watching a little bit closer, but I missed the opportunity to take this trade, and I'll just keep watching it, and this used to be one that I liked. But I don't know, I might just take it off the watch list. So that's it. That's it for the watch list this week. What do I expect? We had a bullish hard money on the SPY. So I expect a bear bounce. and then some more drama will come in. I mean, the world's a mess. The world's a mess. And I used to be a big liberal, anti-war. You know, I still am. But I had to leave. I had to leave the Democratic Party. I couldn't take it anymore. They just got too perverted for me, and just too perverted. Soon they're going to be talking about screwing pets and dogs and cats and hell, I don't know. It just got real sick. What they've done to our children. So there's a lot of stuff going on, in my opinion, that makes America look real bad right now, especially our president that can't hardly speak a sentence. There used to be a product called out, I think it was Skill, S-K-I-L, or something that was a robot that you could wear mechanically and it walked you around for paraplegics and things like that. I have a feeling Biden's wearing one of them. But I don't know. There's just, to me, there's just a lot of irrational stuff going on in this market. A lot of greed. I've been here 20 years. I've not witnessed anything like this. Okay? I've not witnessed nothing like this in my life. You new people, you don't know. You ain't seen it. You ain't been here 20 years every day watching this market. So you can't, you have nothing to compare it to. I do. And we've had a great pullback. I've called it, I called the irrational exuberance and the bubble, and we've done nothing but pull back since. So I'm a little gratified in a way. But yes, I still feel like we're way overbought in this sector. There's been too much hype put on this AI. And it was a window of opportunity for people to start making some real big, huge money. People have made more money in the past 2 years than they have their whole entire trading career. I'm telling you. Just like Buffett did back during the Obama crash. The market dipped 50% and Buffett got in there and bought every bit of it and tripled his income in 8 years. He made more money in Obama's years than he made his whole entire life before that. He tripled his income. Tripled it. He was already a billionaire. A huge billionaire. And the same thing with all these other fat cats. And the hedge fund managers only made 17% last year. This year, the year before that. This year, we're going to consolidate a little bit and pull back. They've made their money. They can retire. They've done more in 2 years than they have their whole entire life of trading. I just wanted to make that a very important announcement. So that's it. Retail traders. The sneaky snake trading strategy, where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And I feel like we're going to have us a little bear run this week, but nothing to get very excited about. And have a great day.